Good morning. My name is Rajveer Kaur. Today, my group members are going to presenting a presentation about critical management in a global context module, and we are selected the video from World Economic Forum, and the title of the video is Finding Future of Jobs. The video is basically about providing solutions for upcoming challenges which we have to face due to the fourth industrial revolution, and we know that the impact of change to be felt on the job displacement and job functions and employment level, as well as the skills of the employees and employers. And today we are going to discuss the issues. The first issue is about the managing of job displacement and job creation, and due to the job displacement we have to face the problem of skill destruction as well. And secondly, we have to face the problem of gender inequality for the further future of jobs because of the fourth industrial revolution. And third one is about the younger generation who have no education as well as no employment. What can be done for them? Me and my colleagues will give us the information, give you the information about this one. And next, my colleagues Janita will come and give a little bit information about the panelist.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Shanida. Today I'm going to talk about the panelists. Yeah, there are three panelists. Yes, the first one, he is the Guy Ryder, and the second one is Christine Lagarde, and the third one is Olajumoke from Nigeria. Let's move on. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the panel discussion. Yeah, the first one is the agreement with issue. The agreement about the emerging market and developing economic, not focused on the young people, and fundamental like working time. And the third one is domestic revenue mobilization in the Nigeria, which below 5%. For this agreement, issue about formal labor market and contribution of the women in work less or more. For the Nigerian guy, she ignore issue about the labor market, inflexibility, and funding issue for the skill. Let's move on the key issue of the panelists. Okay, there are three issues about the key the panelists discuss. The first one is solution for job displacement and skill detection, and the second one is the gender inequality, and the last one is young unemployment in emerging and development market. So for about solution for the job displacement, the panelists recommend about to invest in the lifelong learning institution such as platform economic, and invest in the potential area, for example the green economic, and for the last one cooperation or joint pursuit. In terms of issue gender inequality, they recommend about upgrade and provision of care economy. They recommend upgrade and provision of care industry. And the second one, they talk about the AI technology affect women more than men. And they recommend about legislation and policy to remove discrimination. The last one is she talked about the legal protection for women. For the key issue for the young unemployment, they recommend about the implication of digital economy and avoid excessive labor regulation, and recommend about minimum wage, for example in the Indonesia. And for the last one is open product market, for example the new business. So okay, I'm gonna hand you over to Biju. She's going to talk about the Kiti Nati. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Piyu. I am going to present about the issue of the panelist people. They are explaining about the youth unemployment. I am analyze issue about the youth unemployment. Around the world, 60 million unemployed young people and 145 million young people are employed, but they are living in the poverty. They are also facing the some problem in finding for the job, and for the example, social economical condition. There is the level of the education play role and the culture norm in the society. So young people are going for the finding for the job, but they are facing the different types of problems. They because of that they have not skill for the job, and also they are facing for the skills and also the education problem, because if for a simple example, in the Tanzania there is the if 20 under the 20 years old, there is the 40% young people under the 20 years old. They are the if there is the not it's a good opportunity for the young people, but there is the not opportunity for the country. There is the low young people. So if you are going there, there is the not job development, and also, and if for also the government facing the also the country facing the some problem for the social economical problem, and for the young people it's difficult to enter in the labor market. For example, in Middle East and the North Africa, there is the unemployment is in a woman is more than double. Because of the girl, they don't get the same education and the skill, and there is the no right for the woman to the work, and it's also effect upon the unemployment rate in the whole country. Young people have some skill, but the no job in the some country, and in the million of the job in the some country, but there is the no young people, and it's and also the machines are coming. For the day by day the digital technology, they also create the globalization, climate change, also the demographical change. Its effect upon the young people, and the international labor organization, they try to invest in skills development and also lifelong learning. 145 million young people have a job, but not live in poverty. That's why, and the future of job, there is so many industry, they try to give the job to the young people. And for the example area of the technology at the digital skill, in the international telecommunication union, they launched the global campaign to the equip and 5 million young people with the digital skill. In many countries, young people are migrate, are working in precarious condition. International global labor organization have policy to protect them, protect these young people and young migrant. But it's also helpful for the some countries, because in the some country there is the not young people, not young people to capable for the skills, that for the job. Migrant has this the nation of people, is coming always from the country, because they don't they have not alternatively, but as other countries need to be migrant workers, because there is the don't have enough young people for themselves. And the jobs, and if you are going under some job and skill for the education, it's also create a little bit about the gender issue. So in the next slide we are going to explain about the gender issue. Next issue about the gender issues is now going to present my colleague Shelly. She will explain about the gender issue and how to its effect upon the job. She give the explanation about this.
Okay, hi. Today I'm going to talk about the issues of the genders and the change in gender equality and women's employment are not merely outcomes of the ungendered changes in the economy. Changes in gender relations are themselves important in driving change in the extent and the nature of the employment. There is likely to be a contribution expression in the number of jobs, but the nature of the equality of working life and the distribution of those jobs between women and men is subject to change. And so the projection of the futures are based on extraordinary of chance and their interactions. Existing broad projections of the future of work really include the comprehensive genders, and then I will take two examples in China's company. It's behind. So the two examples, the one is a company's pregnant senior woman. When she is pregnant, the company fired her, and at the end of the thing, the court of China said that the company have to apologize to the employees and pay money for the woman. And there's another examples that the woman, surname is Wang, knew she was accepting when she signed a 3-year contract, including a 6 months probation period with a Beijing investment consulting company in February of the last year. But like many Chinese women in her situation, she chose not to inform her new employers of her pregnancy. Labor distribution against women who are having or paying to children is rampant in China. The country's labor laws state that employment contracts cannot to fire the woman who is pregnant at the time or during their 1-year breastfeeding period. But the 3 months into her new job, Wang was demanded and her salary drilled because the company said she is pregnant. So the Wang still lose a job. But now the Wang filed a case with the labor application office of the city's Chaoyang district, which in the August of the last year that her contract should be upheld, though it didn't grant her $50 and $850 in compensation for unpaid salary that she had asked for. The company then took Wang to court, saying she had been fired of the underperforming, not for being pregnant. But the Chaoyang District People's Court ruled in favor of Wang, who proved pregnant in January 2018, and upheld the arbitration result. So from the example, we can note that in nowadays, the society between the female and the male still have the gender issues. If the women pregnant and take care of the babies, so the companies maybe fire them. So while the increased education of women changed preference among women as to the balance of the employment and caring, tight labor marks and increased employees' commitment to diversity. So it's as a business case gains around the HRM facilities increase in members and some physician are included as reason why they might great gender equality. They are not linked to the issue of the quality of the jobs in the economy. Rather, the consequences of these changes are primarily focused on their implication for opportunities for women. What they note briefly that they may increase the labor supply. They note as main consequence that the gender gap in earning will narrow. The gap in earning between partners will also narrow with implications for the demonstrate division for labor. More women in senior position in work, and that there will be more gender equality. This leaves their model of drivers of change in overall economy undergendered. So my turn is over. Let's welcome my group next partner.
Now we are discussing about the change in society. Change is inevitable. It cannot be denied. But we have to manage the change according to our perceptions. The first one is we are discussing about the change in society. The first society is about the pre-industrial society, in which the mainly resources were farmers and military, and in this society mainly the resources are limited, but after the change in a society they become to know about the industrial society. In industrial societies, more and more people are shifting work from farming to their machinery, and in this industrial era more main focus is on the machines and techniques. And the next one is industrial revolution moved to the post-industrial era, in which the machinery is not matter, the matter is human skills. And so this is what my colleague said about the skills and youth unemployment and gender issue. This is totally comes under the post-industrial revolution, because we are discussing about the how we can control it, but it's very difficult to control it, because now it's a time to take a step in order to stop it. And firstly, I think in order to do this, firstly we have to leave the historical perspective about jobs as well as about the gender inequality. And nextly we are discussing about how we can change the displacement, and how we can move from displacement to job creation. And the first thing is about the Taylor's the first thing I want to adopt with the Taylor scientific management theory. This theory is basically about the evaluate the workflows which are comes under the jobs. And the main thing is over that the fourth industrial revolution is going to increment the number of jobs, as well as it also leads to the job displacement. And the one thing in a scientific theory is about the develop a science. It means that we have to develop a scientific implication, like we have to rule our company according to the science. We have to take the step according to the scientific management things, like we have to rule our organization. And second one is about the train and motivate workers. Now we are thinking that today is the fourth industrial revolution are coming, so that's why we have to train and motivate workers according to that, because now job displacement is happen because people are not trained and well trained, and they are not able to sharpen their skills according to technical way. So that is the one thing which we can adopt in order to train and as well as to motivate people. And the second and the next one is about the skill matching work. It means that people have to work out according to their skill matching, because we are discussing about the skill distraction. It means that we skills are going to distract because of the skill mismatching, because now the technical era is coming, so that's why skills are going to change. So we have to work according to the skill matching, because there will be no mismatching about the skills. And last one is about the cooperation between workers and managers. It will be a good thing to do, because we have to keep our society within the work, so that's why we have to adopt the teamwork and cooperation between the managers as well as the workers, so we can do better than the past. So in the last, we want to say that the society is changing, but the main thing is are us to do is to work accordingly, to work in a cooperating way, to do joint venture with our all skills displacement and skill and job creation. And the avoidable thing is that we have to leave the historical perspective of job displacement, and we have to adopt the new scientific way, because maybe it has a bad or good impacts as well, because although we know that the technical era is changing, so we have to work according to the technical way. So thank you. This is our views about the future of finding future of jobs.